we will all work together in synergy. CBN, the participating financial institutions, the beneficiaries, the farmers here present. And I know together we'll get it done and done very well. He has just put us through some elements of nanotechnology. We are aware of it. He's putting us through the process stage where we get to understand the dynamics of how we intend to run this business. The financial institution will come in to do what we call KYC, know your customers, and then do the documentation process as regards financial documentation. And then it gets to us. It gets to us. One thing I want to assure us here today is it is workable in Imo State. It is doable in Imo State. There are a number of persons in Imo State who have already accessed funds through CBN. I'm aware of that. A number of them. So that assurance that we're giving you is, it's good you're here and you're in the right place at the right time. You have experts. He's putting us through best practice, because one of the things CBN will always smile at is when process and procedure are duly followed. When process and procedure are duly followed. As regards poultry today, I want to assure you, you have CBN support. All we will ensure, and what we want to make you understand is, let's go through this. We have the participating financial institutions here, and let's do this together. And let's also understand that the business for which we're here is what the money is to be used for. Are we together? Yes. Are we together? Yes. Permit me to re-echo it again. Let's understand that the business for which we're here is what the money should be used for. I've seen him on in different locations, different avenues, different training. And one thing I can tell you is he's good. But where we come in is this: integrity for us is 100%. For us, integrity is 100%. You will get the financial support you need. Like I said, if every economy or any economy will try, this is it. But please, let's have it at the back of our mind that as farmers, and very good farmers at that, let's stick to the process. And trust me, our harvest will be very good. Thank you very much.
All these use maize, use pepper to preserve beans, use beef to preserve beans. All of them have been taken care of. That's why the ones we brought, they collected all of them, and more has been also brought here. In no distant time, these things will be available, all of them, like this one now, like the nutrient, we can never lack it here. It's already, any quantity you need is available.
Yes, sir.
I think I was going to do something.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, you tested the three, as you said.
Now, can we go back to the scheme?
Yes.
Yeah, you want to ask questions? Okay.
Please, I have two questions. One for this and the other one for the animal.
One for the bird?
Yes.
Okay.
But let me start with this one.
Okay.
Apart from this aiding the harvest, can it, if you apply it to the maize as soon as it starts growing, can it prevent the animal from eating or that's for it? Then for the animal.
Let me answer this. Now listen. If you experience what he's saying and where you are, all these things are endemic there. If you get maize, get it, the seeds. Get this, 20 meals. Put it into 20 liters of water. Get the maize, soak it inside. After about 40-45 minutes, remove it, put it under room temperature for it to dry. Plant it. If it sprouts up, nothing will eat it.
That's a secret, man. That's a secret.
Thank you, sir. Now,
And then, hello. I want us to have, hello. I want us to have, we can have an international produce market in Imo State. We can have it because if the world knows that when they come to Imo State, they will have produce that are free from this much chemical infested, I think people will come there to patronize what we are doing. Go ahead.
now to the animal nutrition.
Come again?
Birds
Yes.
feed 24 hours as long as there is food there for them. If they are on this, should there be a deliberate effort to reduce the quantity of food they eat? Or do we still feed them as normal with this? What I'm asking is, before now, I'm using this now.
Okay.
Before now, I can use about 8 bags of feed for 50 birds
Okay.
for 6 weeks.
Good.
And now I'm being told that I can use that number for like 2 times of that number, like 100 birds for the same 8 bags or thereabouts. My question is, should there be a deliberate effort to reduce the quantity of feed I give to them so that they can take this more? And so that the quantity of feed will be reduced and I can still feed 100 birds to maturity with the same number of feed, bags of feed I've been using before now for 50 birds.
The benefit you have to use this is this. If you go to Google, if you Google here, your information, Google said, or the people there said, you need 12 bags of feed to grow 100 birds. That's their magic. And then people believe one of the things you will say, like my brother is saying, for you to have this, I said you can grow a bird from brooding to maturity, and all of it you spend an average or at most 1,000 what? I want to explain that. Let me explain it now. This is how it is achieved. If you have your beak, you can write so that you can make the calculation for me. We are here. Today is a practical something. Now listen. If you use this nutrient, when I discussed with the people that produce feed, with a good standard feed, I don't want to mention the names, I'm not advertising for feed makers. If you take a feed that is standard, and by the use of this, you can nurture, grow your bed, 100 beds, you don't spend more than 8 bags of feed. If conventionally, you use 12 bags of feed to grow 100 beds, and by the use of this, you use 8 bags to grow 100 beds. How many bags of feed have you saved? 4. Even the 9 bags we gave to them, I told them that they will have excess of 1 bag. Because the birds, they would like to be drinking water. The only good thing you will do is please let there be enough light so that they can eat in the day and also do what? What is the density of light that you require in the poultry pen? The density of light you require in the poultry pen is a light you can use to read. If you come into this poultry pen now, you open your book, you can read with the light. That light is enough for the bed. But then go again. There's an advantage. And the grass, as they are eating the grass that you use nanotechnology to fertilizer to apply on, is a natural grass without chemicals. There are much advantage. There are much advantage, and then you save a lot of money by using this. Now to the scheme. We have our people here from Zenith Bank. Can we clap for them? You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. And then, like I said, we have other banks. Now they are here. What we do in this scheme is this. We have people from Chikum here. What we do is this. We have told you as a farmer the banks that we are working with. More banks are coming. Some of them have told me they want to join us. I will allow them to join them.
You know, many times when you have a program like that, if you do a proper risk analysis, you find the failure points. You know, and then usually that's where when they start spoiling. There are many schemes, many so-called empowerment schemes, government things, that have come. Many farmers. That's why even the response was slow initially, because people are fed up. With another one again. They'll just come and talk. And when the money starts coming, some people at the top will take it and go. But this is different, and you can see transparency right from the beginning. You can see open disclosure right from the beginning. You can see, the places where hidden agendas should be. You can see that they are right there open. And then this is not a government thing. That's why I'm, involved the way I am. It's not, because if it were just one of those government things, it will go the same way. Before you know it, when it's time to disburse funds or something, the money goes into thin air, and people get frustrated, and the thing fails. But this one, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's good from the chicks to the final table-ready broilers to the off-takers. You understand me? Many programs like this, either it starts well, but then when it comes to the point of selling, they get stranded. Well, here you can see that it's a closed loop now. This has the potential of transforming families, transforming communities. It has potential of very, very strong social impact in terms of unemployment reduction, in terms of reorientation of values for our youth. You understand me? Let me tell you something. If this thing, what I see, if it runs the way I see it running, Imo State will become a hub for poultry export. And the thing about it is that it's not even, the applications are broad. We're just talking poultry, and even in poultry so far we're just talking broilers. This has impact that the other aspects of it address egg production. Then you also have what can happen with cattle, with livestock. All right? And so if you think it's well organized, there's no reason, for example, why we cannot have ranches. You heard the details about ranching that were just mentioned, in summary. But there's no reason why we need to be waiting for cattle to come from Niger Republic before, whereas the consumption, the market is here. Yeah? And so you want all the time you're wondering, and then all the things that have to do with, our brothers from the north and the security challenges and all that. With this, with the fertilizer, the nano fertilizer, you do not need a very vast area for grasses for the animals, and so the production can then be intensive, And then you have that thing about, even a relatively smaller area, and then replenishment of grasses and rich quality organic again. Organic. Because you see, there's something he said, and that's very true. Nigerian agricultural produce has not been standing any chance internationally. Our people want to export anything from Nigeria that's agricultural produce. They throw it away because of all of these things. But with this, where the government can come in is also to begin to make provision for that, like Anambra State did once, and see how you can interface and become produce a launching pad for your farmers to access international markets directly.
To this, the program for Dede is superb because it is a unique program in the state. Because I've been in this business since 1985. I'm the pioneer private veterinary practice in Imo State. I started private veterinary practice 1985 when nobody was private, and I've been keeping poultry since then, even hatchery. Most of the farmers, all of them knew me, and my children are also interested, all with me. I don't think there have been programs like this, because everything a farmer needs is here, is provided. One, the source of the DOHs, which are going to supply. The medication is from that man, it's very good and it's organic, it's harmless, just like I said. Then most importantly, the harvest. You see, most farmers want to plant the house when they have their final beds, how to sell it. Somebody has brought what they call processing chicken machine, so that once you go for harvest, they come and pick them and pay their farmer. In fact, with this, in the next 5 years, Imo State will be feeding the whole nation with chicken.
Sincerely speaking, I must tell you, it's a wonderful development. If we can sustain this, it is going to bring a wonderful turnaround to poultry farming in Imo. So it's good, it's positive, I like it. Like I said, one thing is for stakeholders to come and deliver lectures, another thing is for our people to imbibe and execute. But the beauty of this program today is that it's going to provide them, with all they need to succeed. He's giving you the collateral, he's giving you the basic inputs. I should think that the only contribution of any serious farmer here is his poultry pen, the poultry houses. Do you have a poultry house? If you have one, you can now key into the program and make a success of it. So that is it.
We have told them if our farmers will be faithful, we have products, we have this scheme that will help us to actualize food security in Nigeria, and we can engage in all-round farming season. The farmers will also make profits, and it will limit the expenses, and the cost of farming or productivity will be reduced to the barest minimum, thereby the farmers making profit in their farming career. With the AAC Miracle fertilizer, organic fertilizer, you don't need to move those cattle or goats here and there. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is use it on the grass. If you can spread the fertilizer on the grass, it will have a quick maturity. And then you move around the goats. If you have like a cow ranch, and you divide the ranch into 3 where you grow your grasses for them to eat, within 3 days the grasses are matured for the cow to eat, and then you move it around. So with this system, we can curtail these clashes, and then we can also make it available that the cow, they feed well at all times, and they have available grass. It doesn't take you anything. Apply it, the grass will grow and give you a quick food for the cow or even your goat. Yes, by the time we actualize this scheme in the full time, for instance, like I've told you, we have achieved getting things here. We get the beds here, we get the roasting machines here, and we get all that we need. The raw materials are produced locally. It will crash the price of the beds, make it available at all times, and also make it possible for the farmer to make a maximum profit.
So by Friday,